And then you learn when you're out on your own, you're like, I could actually see people longer. You're just like, get rid of these people, get rid of these people, get rid of these people. And you're like, no, they're still getting better.
Hey, this is Eve with PT Biz. We're about to visit Beth with Momentum Physical Therapy and Wellness. This is really cool because actually Beth used to work for me a long time ago when I owned an insurance-based practice. So let's go check out her space. Hi, how's it going? Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming. It's so good to see you.
I'm super pumped to be here. It has been a while.
I know.
So you are an insurance-based practice.
Correct.
And you are going to go hybrid cash, right?
Yes. We've gotten rid of United Healthcare.
Okay.
And I've sold packages and also exercise packages.
Okay.
So we are, if to use the company name, we have momentum.
That's right. I like it.
I want more momentum. I really want to crush it. So, but we're slowly getting there.
Okay. Yeah. So walk me through a little bit, like when did you start this practice? Because we've known each other in past. We can get to that too. But right, like how long have you had this practice right here?
6.5 years.
Okay.
Opened June of 2018. I graduated from PT school, same school as you did, but 34 years ago. And I had to make the plunge and go get my DPT, which I did, graduated in 2016. Halfway through the program, I said, I know enough now to open my own place.
Right.
And so I did. And so a year to get it all going, get a loan and everything, and opened in June of 2018.
Yeah. This is a really cool spot. Like, do you mind like walking us in the back and just like checking out some of the spaces?
This is our private treatment room.
Okay.
And I kind of wanted to not have all the walls open and just have lines of tables.
Sure.
So I think my heart already wanted to kind of have a cash.
I like it. Yeah, you can tell like it's got a feel.
Yeah, and give people privacy, and just not work out all in front of each other.
Of course.
Because that's kind of what our clientele is. It's not athletes or anything. So people a little more conspicuous, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's this room as well.
Okay.
I didn't want a TV in the lobby.
Right.
I just wanted them to unplug. We actually do see physicians, CEOs, commercial airline pilots, moms, stay-at-home moms that are CEOs of their home.
Yep.
So we see busy people that have to think a lot, sit at their desk all day.
Of course.
And they just have totally lost their core and their shoulder girdle and their, extensors. And we just rebuild those muscles for them one by one.
Yeah, we had talked about it earlier. Like, it seems like the main patients that are coming to see you have low thyroid.
Yes.
And as you said, are thinkers. So they're basically professionals. They're a little bit older, right? They're not as active as they want to be. And they've got just pain that won't go away. And that's when they come see you, and you're doing a lot of just like building that program back, right?
Right. They're depleted.
Yeah.
And even, I'll see surfers.
Okay.
And golfers, tennis players. So it is a mix of some people that are very sedentary.
Yep.
And then some people that are, active, and they just are doing their life in pain all day long.
Yeah. So when you first started, I guess like you started the insurance-based clinic, what was the thing that went from like, hey, I'm just going to be a PT to like, no, I want to start this now. I want my own thing. I'm always curious what brings that initial kind of thought on.
What took me from employee to employer?
You got it.
Yeah, it was, I felt like I needed to reach more people.
Yep.
I felt like I was limited working for someone else, and I was already developing my brand of physical therapy while working for someone else.
Right.
Going to school to get the transitional DPT just exploded my mind and what I was already doing, and just brought in more things as far as how I've developed a system that I want to get out there, that I want to teach.
Right.
And you just go in order of, treating these type of patients for neuromuscular based exercises.
Right.
And I was like, more people need to be reached. We've all heard the complaints of how, other PT places are terrible. And
sure.
This is the first time I've ever been treated this way. And we all get that. And I imagine we're all after the same thing. We just want to expand our reach. The recumbent bike, obviously you're in a PT clinic, so the first thing I bought was the recumbent bike, and then I realized treating nothing but pain. And a lot of people flare up in the early stages. So we use that some. I follow Mike Reinold, and so he's a big Kaiser guy. And so I started out with this matrix that had tons of plate weights on it. And I got this because I think air was a lot better. So
I think it's so cool. Like, what I want to highlight is like, hey, I have developed kind of your own treatment style, right? And I'm helping all these patients. And so I think there are a lot of us, that's why we started our own business, because we're like, man, I want to help more people. Like, I've got this thing that I just want to share with many people in the world. I can only help so many people as an employee. But as an employer, I can obviously expand my reach, and I can, also probably have a little bit more freedom to kind of treat and do the things you want to do, as opposed to like maybe with an employer, you can only kind of treat certain way, you have a little bit more limitations. So I think it's just so cool that was the reason you're like, man, no, like, let me go do this on my own. I've got more to give.
Exactly.
And then, What is that? So as you make this transition, you said, hey, I got rid of United Healthcare, right?
Yes.
Like, they're paying poorly.
Yes.
What is the next step, the key step that you're going to take to try to make sure, hey, I'm adding more cash services? What's this next key step that you feel like you're going to start doing now?
I think 3 things. We're looking at Aetna, probably going to get rid of Aetna last, get rid of Aetna next. Just got a letter that Cigna's going to start paying us $10 more. So it was really nice. I got $8 increase on work comp, which I don't see a lot, and I don't want to get rid of them because it doesn't matter, because
those are pretty easy.
And the only work comp we get are people that used to be patients.
Okay.
Like they fell in the middle of the road in Charleston, when you can hit a pothole or a bad sidewalk, and I like to stay current for them.
Our sidewalks are great here.
So it was nice to get that.
Cobblestone roads and whatnot.
Exactly. I'm going to beef up LinkedIn.
Okay.
I have a personal page. I don't have one for the business. And since my patients are all thinkers anyway. That's
a way they can kind of spread the word on you as well, right?
Exactly.
They've got LinkedIn profiles.
I want to start there. And I'm going to get out into more events. I used to belong to the chamber, and I didn't anymore because I didn't find it valuable. So I'm going to try the one downtown Charleston instead of the one here. Okay. And I'm going to a prayer breakfast event next Thursday. I have not been getting out in the community at all. I've just had my referrals. They show up.
Right.
And
got doctors who are sending you patients, so it's like, I don't necessarily need to.
And so I just haven't done it. But if I'm gonna get my people in here, then that's what I've got to do.
Right. We are seeing those patterns now, which is really cool in these insurance-based practices, where they can, like you're doing, slowly drop some of these low-paying insurances, add some cash services kind of toward the tail ends of plan of care, as well as basically starting to add packages, continuity, and then what you're doing, which is now starting to market your own services, because those people are going to be way more likely to buy from you because they know you directly as opposed to a doctor to you, right? So they're going to be more likely to come in for cash. So I think you're just laying a really good foundation to be able to take this next step in your business journey.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys and Jared, and I'm starting to see it, a little bit of fruit. And so from my efforts. So
you got people that know, like, and trust you, and that is a huge advantage, right? Now we put the business side in place. I think it's going to be huge.
And now I'm at a part too now where I'm starting to, they've gotten through their first package, and now they're going to buy. I've got 2 people right now buying their second package. So that's good.
Huge milestones.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Beth. This was
Thank you.
awesome.
It was so good to see you.
So good to see you too. Thanks, y'all. Really appreciate it. This one was awesome.